I am what you might call a serial entrepreneur. If I'm not at work in my 8 to 5 job, I'm figuring out a way to make a little bit of extra cash to pay for diapers and to pay off the house, you know? Over the last year of using laser engraving to make money, I've sold so many products, some with high return on your investment and some with low. In this video, I'm gonna talk to you about all of those things that have made me money. I'm gonna show you a little bit more of the new F1 Ultra. And by the end of this video, hopefully, we're gonna get to the bottom of what is the product that you need to spend all of your time making to earn the big bucks. Alright, I've got a lot of stuff laid out that I'm going to be showing you guys, so let's just get straight into it. Item number one is wall decor, wall signs, cool stuff like this. If you can make something that has a unique vibe, you can sell these for $50 to $60. These guys for around $35 to $45. And the same for these. The only thing that you need to take into account is material usage. If you don't have access or the ability to put together a sign like this is a live edge piece of alder, whereas something like this requires the time and effort to cut out the letters, glue them in place, and to buy a 1/2 inch round like this, which doesn't require the woodworking skills, but it does require the material cost. And if you happen to have a need to do bigger signs with the F1 Ultra, you can get this conveyor feeder, and it can engrave 220 by 500 millimeters. Item number two is one of my hottest selling items at craft shows. The only reason I would have to complain about magnets or keychains is that they don't bring in a huge stack of cash, but I sell these for about $4 each, and I also have a bundle where I do 3 for $10. There are a lot of people who walk by my booth at craft shows and they'll never buy anything from me because they're not interested in any way. But when they see these magnets, it draws them in, and for the folks who I would never get any money from, I end up getting about 10 bucks. These are really easy to make. I cut them out of 1/4 inch scrap material that I have. You can buy designs online, make your own. They don't take a lot of material to make. You can get a lot of magnets out of one little bitty sheet of 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch. And in reference to quantity versus materials cost, you get a lot of money out of this little bitty sheet of 1/4 inch. Making keychains is almost an identical process. I use the same exact material. The only difference is I buy this little keyring attachment as opposed to a magnet. And I can sell these for $4 as well. So I talked about items having a barrier to entry earlier, and this next item on the list is going to be one of those that's probably pretty complicated if you don't have a basic woodworking shop. And that is cutting boards. Cutting boards are some of the most entry-level woodworking projects that exist on the market, and they're some of the easiest projects to customize. If you're strictly a laser engraver, you may not have the materials, a table saw, the clamps, the glue, all the stuff required to make a cutting board. But if you don't mind a high-end custom look, you can always go to Ross or Marshall's and find them for about 15 bucks there, engrave them, sell them for 45 bucks, and make some profit out of it. One of the good things about cutting boards is that you can add a premium price because you can customize them with people's names or wedding anniversaries or stuff like that. There is money to be made there, but I don't think it's as much as some of the other items I've listed on this list. Item number 4 is something that I never would have thought to do until recently when my wife started making them because she is different and more unique than I am, and that's pencils. Apparently, there's a secret underground pencil market that I didn't know about, and people love customizable pencils. We actually haven't sold any of these yet because my wife made them specifically for my daughter, but she has told me that they do sell and lots of folks are interested in them. We're gonna sell them here pretty quick and see how that works out for us. If you're interested in making them for yourself, my wife designed this cool little pencil jig. It makes it easy to engrave pencils. You can set 10 out all at one time, engrave them all, set 10 more out. That way you don't have to do one at a time. Makes your life a whole lot easier, and it makes pencils actually worth engraving. For these pencils, the camera on the F1 Ultra is really helpful. You can take an image of what you're working on, put the names directly on the pencils, and engrave them with extreme accuracy. Item number 5. I've had tons of luck everywhere I've tried selling hats. This item might be the most lucrative item on the list. There is an investment cost that is needed, but after you get your inventory up, sales are coming, baby. A Richardson 112 hat like this would cost about $6 or $7 on Amazon. You can get them even cheaper in bulk if you buy 30 at a time. I can get a cheap sheet of leatherette, cut out a patch specifically for each hat, and sell it for $25 to $30 each. A single sheet of this hide bond leatherette is $15 and it's 12 inches by 24 inches. At that price point, realistically, I can get almost 50 patches from a single sheet, which brings my total cost per patch to around 30 cents. If you don't have the ability to or don't want to bother with cutting your own patches, Hide Bond actually sells individual patches for $1.99 as well on their website. The profit margins there are massive. I've listed these hats that I designed for my city on Facebook and sold out immediately. I listed a ton of others that were more political, sold out immediately. I've taken them to craft shows, had them on display, and they sold quickly. Making hats in and of themselves is an entire business that you should probably take a look at. Making these patches with the F1 Ultra is extremely fast and easy, especially because it has a batching button where I can just double tap, go again, go again, go again, and its base plate is big enough to do any size patch I could possibly need. Alright, item number 6 is an item that I'm not very interested in making myself. I'm gonna be completely honest, but I know for a fact they sell, and that is laser engraved tumblers. Every craft show that I've ever been to has somebody selling tumblers that are wrapped in epoxy and some kind of image. And if they added this to the dynamic of their booth, they would sell quick because it's less work than what they're already doing. For the F1 Ultra, if you have the RA2 Pro, you can connect it directly to your system, set your laser to engrave on cylindrical mode, with whatever name, image, number, whatever you want to put on your tumbler, and you can have a perfectly customizable water bottle for soccer season. You can buy these in bulk for like $5 each online, or maybe find unique ones at Ross or Marshalls or something like that, and then make a great customized gift for somebody you think needs to stay hydrated. Item number 8 is another good scrap wood project, and that is coasters. These guys are 4" by 4" piece of 1/2" material. I cut these down from a single board, and the only material cost that goes into them outside of the wood is the cork on the bottom. What's good about coasters is they're an everybody item. They transcend holidays and seasons. Everybody needs coasters. Everybody has a table they want to protect from a watery drink. They're cheap and easy to make, and you can sell these guys for 20 bucks without a whole lot of investment. And like with everything else on this list, if you don't happen to have access to scrap wood, there's always options to buy wood online, and slate happens to be another popular option for coasters that everybody seems to be engraving these days. Item number 9 is the best way that I found to get rid of scrap boards. This is a 12" by 4.5" piece of maple. I engraved on the front some quirky saying about alcohol, put a beer bottle opener on the front. This is about $2, and put a magnet inside so that it could do that. It does require a little bit more effort than some of the other projects, but this piece of wood was not going to be used for anything else in my shop, so I'm glad to have it gone. I made about 15 of these at one time for craft shows. I sold them for $30 each, and I think I have about 5 left. These are also a great way to fill up table space if you don't know what to make if you're doing craft shows. Item number 10 is something that is super common in the laser engraving world, but something that I don't ever see myself making and selling. And that is jewelry. All right, here we go. If I can get these in my ears, because yes, I used to have my ears pierced, you gotta subscribe to the channel, all right? And I'll do the rest of this entire listing with earrings in, all right? You have to subscribe though. Nobody wants to see that. This might get people to unsubscribe, honestly. I'm gonna add B-roll over this so you don't see my face the entire time, because this is embarrassing. Okay, so I could only get this one in. Custom jewelry is a great way to kickstart a business. On top of being able to cut wood and acrylic, the F1 Ultra can laser engrave directly on metal because it has a 20-watt IR laser as well as a 20-watt diode laser. The engraving speeds of this guy are super fast, and it's strong enough to cut 1/2" wood and acrylic. A set of earrings like this could go for about $12, and this is actually just a scrap piece of walnut and some earring hardware. I laser engraved this stainless steel necklace, and it took under a second to do. If you wanted to do a bunch of necklaces like this and create a storefront, you could have an entire business stocked with inventory in 30 minutes. And the price markup on jewelry happens to be a little bit higher than some of the other products that I mentioned in this video. This new F1 Ultra might actually be the best laser on the market for jewelry making because of its versatility being 20-watt diode and 20-watt fiber. So it's actually a pretty good moneymaker if you're interested in that kind of thing. Anyways, taking this out now. What I'll do for this freaking channel, man. If you're interested in the laser I'm using, the F1 Ultra, I'll have affiliate links down below. Standard package starts right below $4,000, but if you decide to get all of the accessories that xTool offers, it'll be right over $5,100. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're anything like me and you want to make sure that your family is not just surviving the economic times we're going through right now, but also comfortable and being successful in everything that you do, try your hand with some of the products that I've mentioned in this video, and I think you'll find yourself bringing in a little extra money on the side. Get out there, go make something, sell it, and see what happens. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more of this beautiful face, hit that subscribe button. I'll be here all week. If you watched this video and thought to yourself, man, that was so good, how can I give this guy money to repay him? Then you're in luck. I have a lot of stuff listed on my Etsy store that you can buy to support the channel, so head on over to reformationwoodshop.etsy.com to grab something.